Wow, Naoya Inoue has saved this horrendous weekend of boxing. I know my last video was titled, "Is this the greatest weekend of boxing ever?" Well, it turned out to be very underwhelming. To start off the weekend, we had a good performance from Teofimo Lopez, who finally looked as good as he did against Josh Taylor and won comfortably against Arnold Barboza Jr. But after that, we had a horrible sleeper of a fight from Haney against Ramirez and a huge upset from Rolly, who dropped Ryan in the second round, and the rest of the fight was pretty uneventful as both fighters only threw calculated shots that they knew they could land, but the fight was insanely underwhelming. In fact, the whole night was very underwhelming, and it gave me second thoughts about the whole Riyadh season and Turkey Al Sheikh. But there's never such thing as a boring Canelo fight, or so we thought. The next day, we had Canelo in Riyadh, and it was a very underwhelming card as well. We had the return of Jaime Munguia, who had his rematch against Bruno Saras, and he came as a more disciplined and more defensive fighter, which is good by all means, but it was not a fun fight. At this point, we all assumed Canelo would save this weekend, but we were wrong. Canelo had an icky performance against William School, who didn't perform any great either, looking like a fighter who wanted to survive and didn't want to get into any action. This fight gave a very sour taste in our mouths, and this fight actually broke the CompuBox record for least punches thrown in a 12-round fight. That was a 40-year-long record that was broken by Canelo Alvarez. By this point, we had two horrible nights of boxing, two nights that were supposed to be amazing for the sport, but we all knew Naoya Inoue couldn't let us down. And all props to Rafael Espinoza, the only Mexican champion to be fighting in Las Vegas on Cinco de Mayo weekend, where he got a stoppage win against a tough Edward Vasquez, getting it done in the 7th round. In fact, Rafael Espinoza probably threw more punches this fight than any of the two cards in Riyadh and Times Square. Alright, but enough of the jokes. Inoue actually saved this weekend. With a tougher than expected matchup against Ramon Cardenas, things looked normal at first, until the second round, where Cardenas threw a mean left hook, stunning and dropping Inoue for the second time in his career. Inoue seemed hurt too, taking the full 8 count, but unlocked his inner Ippo Makanauchi and got up. It was a lot like the knockdown that Inoue had against Luis Neri, where Inoue was also caught with the left hook after dropping his guard, which is a tendency that Inoue seems to have, which caused these two knockdowns. We had great back and forth action throughout the fight though, and Cardenas was game all throughout, trying to land hard shots to get another moment like that again. Eventually though, Inoue knocked him down in the 7th round and stopped Cardenas in the 8th after catching him on the ropes, leading to referee Thomas Taylor to stop the match and give Inoue his 30th win and 27th knockout of his career. And all props to Cardenas, who didn't give in to the moment and gave Inoue a hard-fought fight, and he has nothing to be ashamed about, as his stock only grew higher after tonight and showed what he's truly made of. Maybe this video should be named The Men Who Saved This Weekend, as Rafael Espinoza, Ramon Cardenas, and Inoue gave us fights that we needed after 2 lackluster nights. Now we await for Inoue versus MJ Akhmadaliev, as it's confirmed that Inoue will face him this September. So you tell me, did Inoue save this weekend? Are you guys excited to see Ramon Cardenas again? And are you excited for the confirmed fight with Akhmadaliev? Or were you guys hoping for a fight with Junto Nakatani, another notable name that we all want to see Inoue fight? But anyways guys, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the short video. I wish it was a bit longer, but many people underperformed this weekend, so there was really nothing to talk about. But yeah, make sure to follow my Twitter at JJJBoxing, and hope you guys enjoyed the short video. My name's Chiquilin or Chiquilin, and have a good week.